Imagine this. You wake up, and the world throws its usual chaos at you: traffic, tension, noise, pressure. But something is different. This time, you don't flinch, you don't get angry, you don't react, because you've trained your mind to remain calm-centered. You're no longer a slave to your emotions. You are free, but let's be honest, that kind of peace doesn't happen by accident. It takes practice, it takes clarity, it takes stoicism. So today, we dive deep into 15 powerful Stoic lessons to help you control your mind and take back your power. This isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about mastering them. 1. Stop giving your power away every time you let someone's words dictate your mood. Every time an inconvenience ruins your day. Every time you explode in anger or collapse in fear, you give away your power. The Stoics believed that nothing outside your control should control your peace. Not people, not events, not outcomes. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't control the storm, but you can control your response point. 2. Reclaim the gap. Between stimulus and response, something happens. You react. That's how most people live: impulse. But there's a moment in between the gap. The Stoics taught us to stretch that gap. When something triggers you, pause, breathe, question it. Is this worth my peace? Is this reaction helping or hurting? In that pause, you find your freedom. 3. Observe first, react last. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The problem isn't always the situation. It's the story we tell ourselves about it. Before you react, observe. What actually happened? What are you assuming? Are you responding to the facts or your fears? Be the watcher. The mind needs a leader, not a follower. 4. Name the emotion you're not angry. You are feeling anger. That's different. Labeling your emotion takes away its power to control you. When you say, "This is frustration," you step outside of it. You go from being in the storm to watching it pass from the shore. This simple practice builds emotional distance, and distance brings clarity. 5. Practice the art of premeditation every morning. Take 2 minutes. Ask yourself, what might go wrong today? Who might disappoint me? What plans could fall apart? You're not inviting negativity. You're building resilience. When you expect adversity, you meet it with readiness, not surprise. That's Stoic. Preparation. 6. Embrace discomfort as a teacher. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. But the Stoic welcomes it like an old friend. Why? Because discomfort is feedback. It shows you where you're still attached, where you're still reactive, where your peace is still conditional. Every time you sit with discomfort instead of escaping, it to grow stronger. 7. Control what you can. Accept what you can. Accept what you can. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." You can control your effort, your attitude, your interpretation. You can't control traffic, other people, or the past. Peace begins the moment you separate the two and stop wasting energy on what's not yours to carry. 8. Let go of the need to be liked. It's natural to want approval, but it's slavery to need it. The Stoic doesn't chase validation. They live by principle, not popularity. Ask yourself, am I doing what's right or what will get me praised? The moment you stop living for likes, you start living with integrity. 9. Don't take things personally. What others do is a reflection of them, not you. Their bad mood, their insults, their cold silence. It's not about you. It's about their inner world. When you stop taking everything personally, you gain immunity to emotional manipulation. 10. Use your triggers. As a map, your emotional triggers are not your enemies. They're your compass. What makes you angry, insecure, or jealous? That's where your work is. The Stoic doesn't suppress the trigger. They study it. They trace it back to its root belief. And then they choose to rewrite it. Point 11. Make peace with impermanence. Everything you love will change. People will leave. Seasons will shift. Possessions will break. The Stoic doesn't cling. They appreciate everything as a temporary gift. When you stop needing permanence, you stop fearing loss. And that is real emotional freedom. 12. Choose reason over reaction in the heat of emotion. Reason is your anchor. Ask yourself, what would my wiser self do here? What decision will I be proud of tomorrow? Reacting feels good for a moment, but choosing reason feels good for a lifetime. Point 13. Journal to rule your mind. Your mind is a battlefield, and journaling is how you win the war. Each night, write down what triggered you. How did you react? What could you have done better? This simple practice builds emotional intelligence. It sharpens your awareness, and it rewires your reflexes. 14. Live by virtue, not emotion. The Stoics believed in living by 4 virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. When you live by virtue, emotions take a back seat. You don't act because you're mad. You act because it's right. That's the path to a life of meaning and calm. 15. Remember, you are not your feelings. Your feelings are real, but they are not facts, and they are not you. You are the observer, the thinker, the one who chooses. You have felt rage without becoming a monster. You have felt fear and still acted. You have felt heartbreak and still kept going. That's who you are. Not the emotion, but the endurance. Final words. Stoicism doesn't promise a life without pain, but it gives you tools to face it with dignity. It won't make you emotionless. It will make you emotionally free. Remember this: you are not here to be ruled by fear, not by anger, not by sadness. You are here to master yourself. Say it out loud, or write it in the comments. I am not a slave to my emotions. I am Stoic. Repeat it daily. Live it daily. Because once you control your mind, you control your life.